everybody. I know it's been quite a couple weeks since I've made a video, but there's just been a lot of stuff going on. Please bear with me. It's just been a one hell of a ride. So, I've been thinking a lot lately, and as you can see, my hair is purple. My hair was purple in my other videos too. I just had it pulled back. Either I was coming from work or whatever, because I really can't have this showing at work. Can't have it showing at work. So, tonight is actually gonna be a little rant, gonna be a little, just a little rant about some things that been bothering me, I guess. And one of them is, now, I do a volunteer job. Love the volunteer job. It's helped me actually understand customer service a lot better. It's helped me do a lot of stuff. I've had actual jobs that have sucked real bad, and unfortunately in the past I've had a couple of managers who in my previous jobs that I no longer work at, who were either real fake, they were very rude, they were very disgusting, they were even going months lines to show favoritism to the other employees. Well, the other thing is, at a previous job that I've had, I had to deal with a manager who, how do I say this nicely? Basically, my manager, there was a similar situation going on with me and one of my coworkers, but it just happened that, it was me and then my other coworker, who shall not be named, and if I do name him, I'm just going to throw a random word in there. I'll think about it later. But anyway, we were both doing the exact same thing. And basically, we were usually at my job. We're not really allowed to listen to music. But at the end of the night, when the stores closed, meaning that there's no more customers and we're cleaning up the store, most of the managers are nice enough to let us listen to our music to help us pass the time, or let us, do what we gotta do. For me, listening to music has always been a very big thing for me, as for self-expression, to help me vent or feel better about myself, or it was just a way to make me feel better about everything. Like if I was down, I'd listen to music and I'd feel better. So basically, at my previous job that I no longer work at anymore, my coworker and I were listening to music. And my boss, or my manager of the night, because we have like 4 or 5 different managers, he handled the situation so differently between the two of us that it was ridiculous. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but he handled it a really laid back way with my other coworker. But to me, he was a complete rude, mean piece of crap person. And this was really unfair, because it's just like, well, are you treating me like this? Are you being unfair to me because I'm a woman? Are you being unfair to me because I am female? Because you were so rude to me, and you were so hurtful to me, and you were so mean to me, but to my other coworker, you were not mean at all. You were so chill. You're like, hey, dude, we're not supposed to listen to music. Just put it away. But to me, you're like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this right now. I can't believe this. Oh, I'm just going to walk away before I get even madder. And then on top of that, you kick me down even more, saying it's strike two. But you don't say that to my coworker? Yeah, okay. Good thing I no longer work at this job, because if I did, I'd go nuts. I just feel as though, personally, each person should be treated differently. And each person should be treated the same. And for the fact that, it was the same situation, we were both listening to music, but he got treated more laid back and chill with everything, and I got treated like I was freaking, like, my manager at the time was a complete douchebag to me about it, and he was not that way to my coworker, and I have a feeling it was because I was a female. But obviously, I just feel as though that's so bullshit. I feel as though that's that's discrimination to some degree because I am a female. Um, Further disclaimer, I am friends with this coworker. This coworker and I, who are both listening to music, we are both friends. So I freaking love him to death. He's a good kid. He does his shit. He works hard. I love him to death. And after I got yelled at by our manager, my coworker took me aside and he was like, you know what, I heard that he yelled at you and that's not cool because he was so chill with me about it. And I was just like, yeah, I know. And I just feel that that's complete bullshit. But, overall, I just feel as though that was rude. I feel as though I was being discriminated against. Sorry, my eyebrow's going crazy. And I just feel as though that's just complete bullshit. Because if two people are doing the same thing and we're not supposed to be doing it, you don't treat one person so laid back and then rifle me. Like, that's just bullshit. So, and by the way, this job I had was maybe like two years ago, but it's still a rant thing because I noticed that it happens in other people's jobs too on a daily basis. And unfortunately, those people can't leave their jobs because they have to stay there. But luckily for me, I just quit after like 2 weeks because it wasn't worth the money, it wasn't worth the job, it wasn't worth the stress, it wasn't worth it. So this job was maybe about like 2015. So basically, yeah, but I just feel as though you can't discriminate against your employees like that because again, if we're both doing the same thing, we both should be treated the same way. Don't be like so laid back to him. Don't give him sass and don't be like, well, this is your second strike to him, but don't do that to the same person. Like, we both did it. We thought you were cool with it because some of our managers are cool with it. And instead of being fair, you're being unfair and unreasonable. And I feel as though that's just so stupid because it's just like the store's closed, okay? The store was closed. There was no one in the store other than me and my coworkers and my bosses. And then you have the nerve to not only make me feel uncomfortable and only make me feel really uncomfortable, but also very what's the word? Made me feel very uncomfortable, and I felt very this kind of discriminated against because in the end, like I said, I'm still friends with this ex coworker of mine. I'm still friends with this ex coworker of mine, but he and we just talk about like all the time, like, oh yeah, that's just so wrong, and it is wrong because people at the workplace should not have to deal with that. Everyone should be treated fairly. Like, that's how it should be at the workplace, but apparently it's not. And all I can say is I'm glad I left that job in 2015. I was a dishwasher. Yeah, so that was just bullshit. I was a dishwasher at this place, and we were both listening to music, and we ended up both getting yelled at. I mean, he ended up not being yelled at, and I ended up getting a new asshole ripped out. So, sorry for the short video, guys. I'll make another one soon. I promise. Peace. Bye.